right now where we're going to do our social norm violation, where we're basically just going to walk up to customers and ask them if they need any help finding anything, because we don't even work there, so it's weird.
So this is a norm violation because normally customers do not ask other customers, do they need help in the store when we do not work there.
And I'm also going to try to watch them suspiciously as if I think they're like shoplifting or something, and kind of approach them sternly and be like, can I help you find anything?
For this experiment, we are choosing a deductive approach, which starts with a theory and then we form a hypothesis. Our hypothesis for this is that we think people are going to be very uncomfortable when we ask them if we need help, because we obviously don't work at Target. So I guess we'll find out what people think about it.
The first question for this experiment is, are people going to feel uncomfortable with us asking them questions if we do not work at Target?
Now we are inside Target, ready to begin our norm violation. This is what we are dressed as today.
Clearly we are not wearing red, so there's no confusion as to do we work here or not.
So we're gonna go find our first victim.
So I asked the first lady, and she kind of looked at me strangely, but she said no, she did not need any help, and she was very positive that she did not need any help. And then I asked two other people, a man and a woman, and before they responded, they kind of hesitated, but they also said no, they did not need any help, and continued to look at the microwaves they were looking at.
And she's going.
There's no people.
Go find them.
Helped some people, and contrary to what happened to Jamila, when I asked, people actually requested help, and I directed them towards things and helped her with the elevator issue that she was having. And she was very friendly and very nice, and I don't think she realized that I was in John Carroll sweatshirt. She maybe just thought I was a friendly person. I don't know. We are waiting for Sarah to do her thing. She's too scared. She's just wandering around the store, and she passes everyone she sees because she's too scared to ask.
I asked two people so far, one like older woman and two people who didn't really speak English, and both of them said politely that they didn't need help, but the first woman proceeded to tell me like what the problem she was having with, she was looking at like stockings, so she proceeded to tell me her problem but didn't need my help.
We're currently experiencing some issues right now. We thought this was going to be a huge deal in an extreme folk way.
And people would be really confused as to why someone not employed by Target would be asking them if they needed help. But people just seem to just say no, thank you, without even considering who's asking.
So it's not really what we were expecting.
But we're gonna keep trying.
Yes.
So basically, he kind of looked at me as in, why would he need help if he works here?
Who did you ask?
I asked the stocker at Target, did he need help with anything in the store? And he said, do I need help? And I said, yes, can I help you? What are you doing? And he said, I'm doing my job.
So actually the worker in which you just talked to approached us because he saw us videotaping after, because he just happened to walk by the area where we stopped to videotape, and he asked us specifically if we were videotaping him, which we weren't, but he seemed very like offended by it or upset about it, and he was not happy. So we just got done with a norm violation, which was walking up to random customers and asking if they needed help at finding anything when we obviously didn't work there, and to see their reaction.
A norm is specific rules for how to behave in a given situation, which are guided by our values.
There are three types of norms. We have the folkway, mores, and taboo. And a folkway is the least important or formal norm, usually involving standards of behavior. The second type of norm is a more, and that is when you go against strict or ethical moral behaviors, such as gay. Third norm is a taboo, and that is a norm that is so deeply held, even the thought of violating them upsets people.
After returning from Target, we observed that our findings were not dependent on age, sex, race, or mostly. However, we did find that there was one elderly woman who did carry on a friendly conversation with us for a while, which was unlikely.
I was expecting this experiment to be extremely difficult for me because on the ride there I felt really uncomfortable, but after I saw Jamila do it a couple times, then I didn't feel so uncomfortable doing it, and I thought it was actually really funny because most people actually asked me for help and continued to talk to me rather than just saying no thank you, i.e. the elderly woman who held on a friendly conversation for quite a while. So originally I thought it was going to be very hard, but I got used to it and I enjoyed it.
This experiment was actually very hard for me because I was uncomfortable walking up to random people and asking if they needed help. So Jamelia and Kayla both had to go first, and after I did it for the first couple times, it got easier. And this is an example of the power of social norms because it's something I normally wouldn't do, so it was very difficult for me to go and do it because I was so uncomfortable.
This was not as difficult, but it was a little nervous. I was nervous to do it actually, but after my first time approaching someone, it was actually really funny to me to walk up to them and ask them if they need help, except for the gentleman I walked up to that actually worked at Target, who kind of stalked me after I asked him did he need help, because he clearly didn't need help, and he kind of made me feel very uncomfortable, and I was glad it was over. But that just shows how the power of social norms are. It's easier to follow a set of given rules than to go against a set of rules, and yeah.
In conclusion, we have found that our hypothesis was proven wrong and that people were not taken aback when we asked them if they needed help in the store, and they didn't feel as uncomfortable as we were expecting them to
From
feel.
this experiment, we saw how it was easier as a group to complete the social norm violation and walk away together than if it was by ourselves, because we felt uncomfortable, but we were able to talk about it together, which made the comfortability come back.
Get the bus.
This is us trying to catch the bus. He drove by us the first time.
Wait, sorry, don't start yet.
I'm sorry.
That was the worst experience of my life.
After